And this video, let me just say, this video is probably for the ladies. Men, you can click off because I'm gonna be really open and honest here about body functions and body changes. So if you're squeamish, just click off. Well, I don't think I'm gonna go into too much detail, but you know, take what you can. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing like my 6-month postpartum update, life update, baby update, I don't know. Sorry in advance if you can hear the TV in my bedroom. Mike is at work as always, and baby girl is here with me, so she's in the room with her toys and the TV so I can get through this video. Let me try to crack the door. Hold on one second. This is so loud. It's all I hear. Okay, so I turned the TV down a little bit. If you can still hear it, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. And I might have to start and stop this video multiple times just to make sure she's good. And I might have my hair and my hands and my hair a lot because I'm just trying to make sure, you know, everything looks good. But anyways, I actually woke up at like 8:30. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna knock this video out. I'm gonna get it done before she wakes up. Insert clown face here. Because that did not happen. Like, it just took me forever to get ready. I wanted to put on a little bit of makeup because, you know, I'm coming on camera to just talk. You know, I want to look nice. And, yeah. So, here we are. It's now like 11 almost. I woke up at almost 8:30. It's 10:46. So, hashtag mom life. But anyways, I really had like, I don't want to like sound like those people in the church, but I had it on my heart. But I did. I kind of had it on my heart to like talk about my postpartum journey. Just because there's so much that like I didn't know, and I feel like it could be beneficial because there's a lot of people that I follow that follow me back. We're kind of like mutuals that are pregnant, and I feel like I don't like to just give out advice all willy-nilly. So I'd rather just share my experience and hope that somebody can learn from my experience, or you know, just me give insight to somebody who might be looking for it but might not want to ask. So yeah. I kind of broke it up month by month, except the last 3 months. So already 6 months now. So the first 3 months I feel like were the most like transitional, like the most important. Because these last 3 months are pretty much just like, you know, we're in a routine. Things are changing for her, not so much for me. So yes, it's kind of like a baby update and postpartum update, all rolled into one. I guess just like a life update. And I also asked my Instagram followers for some questions. So, you know, I have those two. Little Q&A at the end. I wrote down in my phone some talking points just so the video's not all over the place. So let me find it. So we're going to start with month 1. This is from her birthday to August 13th. Amazing, perfect, loved it for her. I could be just like my mommy brain, but I feel like Ari was a really, really easy newborn. She did not give me too much problems. I don't think I was sleep deprived. Of course, like she would wake up in the middle of the night, but like nothing to where like she wouldn't sleep. She would sleep. She would fall asleep on my chest so easily. I could just lay her on my chest and she would fall asleep. People don't advise that because, you know, you're not supposed to sleep newborns on their stomachs when they're newborns. But, well, if you do, you're not supposed to fall asleep too. But I'm a new mom. I will fall asleep. So we will fall asleep like that. Or I still sleep with my pregnancy pillow, and it's one of those ones that's like round, so it's like a long C not like a wide seat, but like a long seat like that. And so like it hooks. So she wouldn't go anywhere. So I would like lay her. This is so hard to explain. Okay. If the bed is this way, hold on, I feel like this child just threw a toy. Okay, if the bed is this way and the pillow hooked like this, then I would like lay her with her head here, and like both of our heads would be, it's so hard to explain. Both of our heads would be on the pillow that's like the side part that's, I don't know. Anyway, I would hold her very tight to me and we would sleep like that. I did co-sleep. We do co-sleep. I know people are like, don't put the baby in the bed. If you're breastfeeding and you don't want to have to get up and leave if you're like me and you cannot just fall asleep after you finish, after you wake up in the middle of the night, because I can't, like Mike can fall asleep, I can't, I will be up. So if it's just easier for you to roll to the side and take your boob out and feed the baby, do it, because it did wonders for me. Like, it saved my life. So of course doctors don't recommend it either, but if you're comfortable doing it and you're a light sleeper who's going to be attentive to your child, I say go for it, because it's really hard to leave, go feed, especially when they're eating every 2 hours. Like, you're not going to get any sleep. So I threw the idea of not co-sleeping out my brain out the window almost immediately after having her. I do not care. And my husband did not care. We're slowly starting to transition her into her crib now. And it's a challenge, but I mean, you know, we cause this on ourselves, so we're not going to be like, oh my gosh, she just wants to sleep. She's not going to sleep because she feels comfortable with us. So I mean, it's not her fault. But push come to shove, I found like this sleep training program, and we'll try that out and see how that works. I know it works for a few moms that I follow on social media. So push come to shove, I'll try that, and for my child, I'll do anything. So it's no biggie. So sleeping was fine. Baby girl was good. No problems there. Oh, I wrote perfect. Good skin, good hair, good nails. When I went in to have Ari, like the week before I was scheduled to be induced, because if you see my labor and delivery video, I was almost 42 weeks pregnant. I went and did my hair. I got my eyebrows done. I got my nails done. And then I don't know if it was pregnancy, because about 2 months before I got pregnant, I switched my skincare routine. So I don't know if it was my skincare routine or my pregnancy, but like I had really bad acne at one point, and now like it's not 100%, but now it looks so much better. Like my skin did like a amazing transformation. So my skin when I was pregnant, amazing. My skin now is amazing. I get like 1 or 2 pimples every now and then, but nothing too crazy, nothing like I had before. Like I had acne, now I get like pimples. So like I said, went way past my due date. My mom came down a week before I was due, or the week of my due date, and she stayed here until I think a week after I had Ari. So she was here for like 3 weeks, which was amazing. It was so good to just have her like help me with errands, help me clean the house, help me cook. Love that. I wish she would come back. And it was just really good to just spend that time with her. And my sister came for a week as well. She was working in a summer camp, so she couldn't stay as long. But it was just good to have them. And we were going through a really rough time around that point. As far like we had a death in the family that was really hard. Still is really hard, because I might get emotional, but I'm not. So yeah, that was a great time for us to just spend together. And yeah. So the healing journey, everybody knows, and if you don't know, buckle your seatbelt, baby boy. Once you have a baby, you are healing for 6 to 8 weeks. You're bleeding, your body's just like trying to get back to where it was before baby. And that was interesting. I'm getting like, oh, right now, because it was just, I don't know how much I talked about this in my labor and delivery video, but since it's a postpartum video, I'm gonna just go over it. I want to say that I had a 2nd-degree tear when I had RA, so I had to get stitched. So just that in general was very uncomfortable, just that healing process. And this video, let me just say, this video is probably for the ladies. Men, you can click off, because I'm gonna be really open and honest here about body functions and body changes. So if you're squeamish, just click off. Well, I don't think I'm gonna go into too much detail, but you know, take what you can. So yeah, I had to get stitched. I had a big baby and I had her naturally, which I'm proud of. If you can't do natural, do not feel bad, but because I was asking for the epidural, it was just too late. But I had her naturally, so I'm proud of that, because that was my original plan. But anyways, anyway, second degree tear. The first time, I don't know if this was because of the tear or if this was just because I went through labor, but the first time I went to pee, painful. Hold on 1 second. Say hi, mama. Say hi. Let me try to breeze through this video. I don't even know where I stopped. Oh, yeah, the first time I went to the bathroom just to pee, it hurt so bad. It just burned. It's like you have all these little micro tears. Oh, I was not ready for it. And I just remember just feeling so tense after I had her. Like, I tried my hardest not to be tense during delivery, but like afterwards, like I feel like everything hurt. I feel like I got hit by a bus. That's the best way to describe my neck hurt, my shoulders hurt, my arms, my legs, like my whole body just felt tight. Like I did like a full body workout. Like I got hit by a bus. Like it was just sore. So I was sore for like three to 4 days, and it was not a great feeling. But mentally, I was really happy. I have had some issues with anxiety. I do have anxiety. I'm diagnosed with anxiety. I've had issues with depression before, but I was afraid of having anything with like postpartum, but I don't think I have, at least not directly after having her. But yeah, breastfeeding was my only option. I did not want to bottle feed. Not that bottle feeding is bad. If you bottle feed, that's all for you, good for you. But I really wanted to breastfeed my child. So my milk supply was so high. I had so much milk. Like originally I wanted to just strictly breastfeed. I did not want to pump, just strictly breastfeed, which was my plan. And then I let my mom get in my head. And then once I started pumping, I felt like I started overproducing, because I would pump and just store it. I wouldn't feed it to her, but I would just pump and store it for Mike to feed her, which we didn't even do. I would pump and store, and then once that happened, like I pump and store, maybe my 3rd or 4th day postpartum, my boobs got engorged, and it hurt so bad. It was like a rock, and it was uncomfortable. I put like a warm washcloth in my bra. I put like a cold washcloth in my bra. I tried both of that, and eventually, and then like just like kind of like rubbing as you like fed, which helped. But it was so uncomfortable. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. If you can avoid pumping, I would. If you just want to strictly breastfeed, if you want to pump, go for it. But just kind of pay attention to what you're doing. I'm not feeding off of schedule. I'm feeding off of cue. I'm feeding off of what she wants. I still do that to this day. So just be mindful of that. That's a possibility. But I stored so much milk, which I'm proud of, especially once I started going back to the office. But yeah, breastfeeding, once, I think I only got engorged maybe once or twice, and then after that I was good to go. After I had RA, my stomach was really dark, and I Oddly enough, did not develop stretch marks until like the last month of pregnancy. I did not have any stretch marks my entire pregnancy. I was moisturizing every day, twice a day. I was fine. The last month, I guess she just grew so big that I got stretch marks, but whatever. My man still loves me. So yeah, my stomach was really dark after I had her. And then after I had her, I was still rubbing the, I use like a shea butter thing that I got offline. And then now I use the body butter that I like rave about. I use that on my stomach, and my stomach is so much lighter now. I'm still getting used to my mom body, but that's a work in progress. As far as her sleeping, swaddling was our best friend. Like having her in a swaddle, if she was fighting her sleep, if she was like fussy, just swaddle her and she was good to go. Like I said before, she loved to sleep in my chest. That was like her favorite way to sleep. And then we have this Bluetooth swing that you guys have seen before, the thing that she tries to climb out of now. That was her best friend. Yeah, back to my healing process. I'm going by, my notes are kind of all over the place, but it helps me. Back to my healing process. Healing was okay. My stitches healed fine. Everything looked good when I went to my postpartum appointment. Trying to think. Take everything you can from the hospital. It's there. They're charging you for your stay. Before I left, Mike was like, "What you need? What you need?" I said, "Baby, look in those drawers and take out everything." Take out everything. And I even had a postpartum kit here, which I didn't even use all of. I used most of it, but I didn't use all of it. Take everything you can, because they give you so much stuff. They even give you like diapers. Even though I wanted to use one specific brand of diapers, they give you diapers, they give you wipes, which I didn't know. I knew they would give you diapers. Obviously they would give you wipes, they give you diapers. I don't know, I just knew diapers. But I had wipes too. And they gave her like these little t-shirt thingies that she was wearing in the hospital. And then of course they give you like the swaddles, they give you the hats, the little hats that they make out of other hats. For girls, the girls, they like, so for the boys they just have the regular pink and blue hat. For the girls, they cut a hole in the pink and blue hat and put another pink and blue hat through the hole to make a bow. So it's really cute. But so yeah, we had those, and we stayed in the hospital an extra day because they do like a hearing test before you leave, and Ari's right ear failed the hearing test. So they're like, oh, it's probably just fluid that's built up because she just got out the womb. So it's probably just fluids, and just give it some time to drain. So they're like, either you can stay another day or you can just go see an auditory specialist. And we were like, no, because that sounds expensive. I mean, staying in the hospital another day is expensive. But we just opted to stay in the hospital. To the test the next day, she was fine. The hospital stay, I really, looking back, I kind of miss it, because like you just had people come in and check on you and, you know, give you food, even though the food was trash. It was basura. I said trash. Food was trash. Food was terrible. Mike left to go to the original hot dog factory. Shout out to Dennis. If you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know. But they were good. So we went to the original hot dog factory. His mom came to visit us, and then his siblings got us food because they weren't able to come up, but they were like waiting with his mom in the car. Well, they were waiting with each other, waiting for their mom in the car. So they brought us some food. My mom brought us some food when she came to visit. So we were able to get food that was good. But the hospital food, even like the stuff that you thought was promising, like there was a muffin that I was like, oh, this might be good. Trash. Ugh. So I don't want to say what hospital I gave birth in, but if you live in Atlanta and you want to know, I'll let you know. So I can tell you just to get your own food if you go there. I don't know about the other ones, but mine, get your own food. I would say it wasn't Grady. Grady might have some good food. You know, Grady a little ratchet, but it might have some good food. Going back to what I said, take everything you can from the hospital. Make sure you take some comfortable shoes, because, you know, walking from your bed to the bathroom, just comfortable clothes, just nothing restrictive. The first day, I literally just wore like the mesh underwear that they give you, a nursing bra and a robe. I think I wore that up until I left the hospital. I also forgot to mention that I also did this thing called belly binding. If you look it up, it'll give you a good explanation because right now I can't really give a good one. But I did belly binding for the first few months after I had Ari, maybe the first 3 to 4 months, and it that really helped bring my stomach and everything back together naturally without and it wasn't really restrictive. It was more like a progressive thing. But just look it up if you're interested. So my healing process was really was fine. I didn't have any clotting. I didn't like overbleed. I didn't have any problems with my stitching. So that was really fine. It was just uncomfortable, and that's expected. Around the month 2 mark, we officially started giving her baths in the tub. At first, we were just like wiping her down with the like in like a basin, with the warm washcloth. But I was just really afraid to put her in the tub, even though she had her little baby tub. So we started a bath time routine. We washed her hair and her little feet and everything, washing around her. Also, I was really afraid of the umbilical cord. I just didn't want to mess that up. But once that fell off, I was good to go. And of course, I tell you not to give them a bath until then. But even after it fell off, I was like afraid. But once it fell off and like it healed completely, I was like, okay, cool. We can do this. So her first like real trip out the house, I went to brunch with my friends Tisha and Crystal, and it was so nice just to be able to like do like a mommy and me day. We went to brunch and we didn't really go shopping. We just kind of looked around at the stores that were there. I had to breastfeed in the dressing room. That was my first like out breastfeeding experience. It was cool. Yeah, it was really nice. And they love Ari, so whenever we go out, they're always like, "Where's Ari?" So I can always count on my friends to make my baby, and I feel welcome. And she was so good at brunch. Like she didn't fuss, she didn't cry. She's a really sweet baby. Every time we go out to a restaurant, she's a really sweet baby. My first postpartum visit, so I had to get a postpartum exam, PAP, and all that good stuff. So that was great. But I found out that I have a one finger abdominal separation. I forgot the specific term for it. It's like diastasis, something, abdominal diastasis or something like that. That I have to work on. I've mentioned it before. I need to get back into doing Pilates. I did Pilates like a week or two straight, and then I just stopped once I started going back to the office, which I'll get into that too, how that affected everything. But yeah, I need to get back into that because it's not like it's not fixable for the degree that I have it. I know if it's a little bit more severe, it's harder to fix by yourself. So yeah, I just need to work it out, and I'll get that together. All right, y'all. One of my friends called me and we got to talking. We haven't talked to each other in so long. Every time I tried to call him, it didn't work. Every time he tried to call me, it didn't work. So we just kept missing each other. I was like, let me just answer the phone. But we had a good conversation, and hopefully he'll come visit soon. Let me see where I was. So I don't know if I talked about this, but I was saying how my pelvic floor healed very tight. So like there was a possibility that I was going to have to go to like a pelvic floor specialist or something like that, like a pelvic specialist, something like that, because it might have been an issue going down the line. But I haven't had any problems with it. But she was concerned that might be like uncomfortable for me. I will say like I feel like it took me a while to feel like when I would stand for a long period of time, it would hurt. But I think I'm officially over that. It actually took a while to heal. Every now and then I will still feel kind of discomfort, but nothing too crazy, nothing that affects my everyday life. Around the 2-month mark, maybe like a week or two after she turned 2 months, my cycle came back, which you often hear when you're pregnant, that if you're breastfeeding, your cycle probably won't come back for a year. It probably won't, whatever. No, mine came back after 2 months being postpartum. 2 months, give or take a few weeks. That also might be due to the fact that I'm not on birth control. I've never been on any type of birth control, so I don't know if being on birth control plus breastfeeding is what stops your cycle for a while. But I just don't like the idea of birth control. I've been fine this long. I only have one baby. I'm good. I'm careful. So I don't I don't think I want to get on it, and I don't want to do that just to stop my cycle. I'll just deal with my cycle once a month. But I will say one thing that I truly hate, I literally dread it, is that every time my cycle comes, my milk supply drops. I will produce like half the milk that I usually do on a normal day, which I hate because Ari is very much like anti-bottle when I'm around. If I'm home, she wants to nurse. If I'm near her, like if I hold her and then give her the mic and he has a bottle, she won't take it. She'll spit it out. I literally have to be like upstairs and she's downstairs, or I'm downstairs and she's upstairs. I don't even know if he can feed her in the bed because my scent's there, but like I have to be like away from her for her to take a bottle if I'm in the house. So even if my milk supply is low and she's asking for a nursing session every 2 hours, she'll wake up out of her sleep. We won't get any sleep that week. I will be very irritable that week. It's just not a good week. And I would try to give her a bottle. Michael try to give her a bottle. She would know that it's breast milk, but she's just like, no. Because I have I used to have a big breast milk stash. I don't know, it's not as big anymore because I started going back to the office. But I have a pretty decent breast milk stash. So we never give her formula. We just give her breast milk that's been frozen. But she's just like, no. And then, yeah, so my last note is that the first 2 months of being postpartum was amazing. I didn't have to work. I didn't have to do anything but be a mom and a wife. And, you know, if you watch my videos, that's all I want. So, once I started going back to work, even though at first I was just going back virtually, I hated it. I hated it and I still hate it. I'm grateful for the money that I make. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm able to, you know, feed myself, house myself, clothe myself. But I do not like working. I hate working. I don't think I could ever find a job that I will truly like. So it's not my thing. I think I just like the freedom of just being me, the freedom of just doing what makes me happy, and working doesn't make me happy because I'm not passionate about it. Full transparency. But my husband is working hard and diligently to make that dream a reality. So fingers crossed. But I truly think, and I'm not trying to place blame on anything or anyone, but I truly think that postpartum can be directly linked to the fact that women have to go back to work 6 weeks after having a child. Because I don't know if I've been depressed. I don't know if I've had postpartum depression, but I have been unhappy whenever I have to go back to work. So, like on the weekends, I'm usually good. I'm happy. I'm good. And then the idea of going back to work, and I'm just like, so the fact that you have, like, these other countries you can have like 3 months of maternity leave, or, you know, 6 months maternity leave, and you have to go back 6 weeks after giving birth. And I can't even imagine women who have to go back to physically doing labor. No, that's trash. And I truly think that's directly related to postpartum depression. 100%. I'm going to the 3-month mark now. I started postpartum shedding around 2 to 3 months. My friend, he's actually a cosmetologist, and in my little Q&A box, he just put, talk about your hair. So here it is, Ryan. I started postpartum shedding around like my edges. About 2 to 3 months after having Ari. They're starting to grow back in. They were a lot more thin back then, but they're starting to grow back in now. Around the 2 to 3 month mark, I started experiencing shedding. Like whenever I would like do my hair, I could just notice that it was just a little bit more hair coming out on the sides than normal. But it wasn't anything too crazy. I don't think I have any bald spots. I don't know. I can't really see in my hair, but from what I have seen when I'm parting my hair, I don't see anything too crazy. And like I said before, I originally was going back to work virtually. One thing about the company that I work for, everything can be done virtually. Everything is done virtually. We are in the office having virtual meetings still. Everything can be done from home, but they insist on doing it in the office. I, myself, and my manager were rallying for me to stay at home because we didn't want to get baby girl sick. Just didn't want to bring it to my home. They weren't budging, even though everything can be done from home. I don't know how much I can emphasize that. Everything can be done from home. They weren't budging. So I'm back in the office. We were on a hybrid schedule, so it's not too bad. It's not like a everyday 5 days a week thing, but it is what it is. I will say pumping at work is the worst thing ever. It's cold. They gave me an office, but it's very cold. You can't control the temperature. I don't have a heater. And my manager will give me her heater, but I don't want to take hers, and she uses hers. So I don't have a heater. I don't feel productive. She's just in there talking. It sounds like she's fussing, but she's just talking. I don't feel productive because I'm stopping every 2 hours to pump. And it's just not fun. It's just not fun. I feel like I'm going from my desk because the office that I am in, I can stay there and work, but I feel so secluded from everyone else. I'm like, if I'm going to be at work, I want to at least enjoy it. So I'm back and forth between my desk and the office, and it's just, I don't feel like it's productive. I feel like I get much more work done here than in the office because I'm just like, I feel like I'm always walking, and I feel like people might, and I know this is probably just in my head, but I feel like people are probably like, why is she always up? I don't know. That's just my own anxiety talking to me. But when I did go to the office, my grandma came to stay with us, which I was so happy for. So she kept Ari for us the days that we were both working. And I had so much milk stored, so grandma had no problems in that department. And it was really easy. Grandma would watch Ari if I needed to take a nap. Grandma would watch Ari if I needed to clean the house. Grandma would watch Ari if I needed to cook. Like, she is so easygoing. So it was really a great time, and I hope she can come back soon. Once I started going back into the office, that solidified the fact that I don't want to work anymore. But we're working on it. And like I said, I'm grateful, but to be honest, I just don't want to. I feel like two things can be true at once. I feel like you could be grateful for what you have, but you can also be unhappy, and I feel like that's okay. Duality is a thing. And then I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I just feel like the last 3 months have just kind of merged together. 4 to 6 months is just getting into a routine, making sure that things are just going smoothly. She's pretty much developing on the right track. She's sitting up on her own. She's kind of crawling, more like scooting. But I learned that crawling is not a milestone. Like, babies don't have to do it. So it's like sitting up and then like pulling themselves up. Those are the milestones that you're looking for before they walk. So I was like, okay, cool, which she's doing. She's starting to pull herself up. She can't fully get it up there, but she's starting. She's got a tooth coming in, like two teeth coming in. This one is a little higher than that one. This one kind of plays peekaboo. It comes and goes, it looks like. But yeah, so my baby's growing. But now that Ari has teeth, she bit me 2 or 3 times yesterday, and she's had her teeth for a little minute. She's never bit me before, but yesterday she was playing games and she bit me 3 times. I'm still getting used to my body. I was just telling my husband that the other day, and like, of course, he's like, you look beautiful, I love you, blah, 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 all the stuff you want to hear. But just me, I'm just like, I'm getting there, but I'm not there. Like, it's down the street and I'm up the street, but I'm on my way. My skin, I feel like, still looks good. I got a few pimples going on, but my cycle just went off, so that's just residual from that. But my skin is still looking good. I hope that it's the routine that I've implemented so it stays that way and it's not just pregnancy, because I'm not getting pregnant again for a minute. But yeah. And then my last note is that we're trying to start baby-led weaning. Baby-led weaning is like when you just skip purees altogether and you just go to giving the baby solid foods, but you give them solid soft foods. So like if you give apples, you have to steam them. If you give carrots, you have to steam them. Cook the sweet potato, give them like flaky fish, stuff like that. So we're going to start that. I'm actually going to pick up my steamer tomorrow. My mom and her boyfriend bought, well, not even mom, her boyfriend bought us the little steamer. So shout out to Papa C. He bought us a little steamer, and he ordered it at our nearby Target, so I go pick it up tomorrow. Really excited for that. So we're gonna start her feeding journey, and I'm so excited. I didn't get clearance from her doctor yet, because we bought her oatmeal because we were gonna do the oatmeal, and then I saw the logo on like this thing of like things to watch out for to feed your babies, and I was like, eh. So I started doing some research, and then they were like, you can try to make your own foods or do baby, which I wanted to do, or do baby-led weaning. And I was like, you know what? I actually heard of baby-led weaning, and I kind of wanted to do that. So I just sent her doctor a message, because we have, I hope I'm not shaking the camera. We have like an app we can talk to our doctors through, but I sent it on a Saturday, so she's probably gonna get it till Monday. Asking her thoughts on baby-led weaning, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it anyway. And I'm still gonna breastfeed like normal. Like you shouldn't stop breastfeeding when you start implementing foods. But you know, eventually she'll wean herself off and we'll go off her schedule. But I think that's all I have for postpartum. Like I said, I'm still getting used to like the stretch marks and stuff like that. Like my stomach is flat, but I still have stretch marks and like kind of like excess skin. But you know, they're my mommy marks, and I love being a mom. And I know, especially with people who get pregnant young. I don't think I was young. I mean, I was 25, but I don't think I'm like, you know, I'm not like 18, 19. But I know like now women are being very transparent about not wanting to be like, they feel like they shouldn't have had kids and stuff like that, which I commend 100%. If you weren't ready, you weren't ready. But I truly think I know that I love being a mom, and I think that's okay. Like I posted a video the other day, like I don't miss not being a mom. Like I do miss getting more sleep, but I love, like, I don't feel overwhelmed. Like there are moments where I feel overwhelmed, but I don't feel like my life is overwhelming. I truly enjoy it here. Like this is my thing. So I'm really happy. Once I stop working, I'll be amazing. But for now, I'm happy. And I love my baby, and I love my husband. I love our family. So, yeah. Now we go to the questions. I already did Ryan's. I talked about my hair. What's the biggest change you've noticed in your body? The stomach thing, stretch marks. And then my boobs are full of milk. So, that's the biggest change. Did you deal with any postpartum depression or anxiety? I deal with anxiety every day, so I can't say that it's postpartum, but for sure. Depression, like I said, I just got really unhappy when I started having to go back to work, but I don't know if that's strictly related. I don't know. That's hard to answer, because I feel like depression just kind of comes out of nowhere. I know exactly where mine comes from, so I can't say that it was postpartum. Does breastfeeding still hurt today? Actually, breastfeeding never really hurt. I think like the first couple days it was kind of uncomfortable, but it never really hurt me. I don't even think I had the whole cracked nipple stage, because I've heard so many like horror stories about women talking about how their nipples just hurt so bad and blah blah blah, that I immediately, when I started feeding her, I would immediately put on like nipple cream, and I would wipe my nipples off with a washcloth or like a wipe, just so like no milk would like get on it and like get dry and sticky. I don't do that anymore, but back then I would ASAP. So I never had like a uncomfortable cracked nipple thing, but like I said, I had an engorgement, and that was just a couple days. When do you think you'll start breastfeeding? When she turns 1. That's my goal. If she stops before that from the baby-led weaning, then that's fine. I'll probably be sad, but that's fine. But for now, my goal is to stop when she turns 1. My homegirl sent in a bunch of questions, and she's crazy. Talking about, I see you got hips now. That thinging. How do you feel about the new body? I actually like my new body. I feel like I do have more curves and stuff like that, so I like that. I just need to get clothes to match that. And once I do that, then I feel like 100%. But now it's like, oh, it's nice, but I can't enjoy it because my clothes are kind of like awkwardly fitting. What's your favorite part about being a mom so far? Definitely watching her grow, watching her learn new things. When she got her tooth, it was like I literally had a moment where I didn't know whether to cry or be happy because I was just like, she's growing up. But seeing her grow is really an amazing thing. I talked about my postpartum shedding. It's not too bad. I've definitely seen worse. I had a cousin who, like, her whole middle, if she had her hair, and she was natural, if she had her hair like this, you can kind of see through it because it was shedding so bad. But I don't think I had any of that. I don't know, child. But I don't think it's too bad. Is baby Ari attached at the hip? Are you able to get things done for yourself? Yes, she's attached at the hip. She has this thing where she's just not feeling her daddy when I'm around. It's always like mama, mama, mama. But she loves her daddy. I think she's just going through a phase. Because when I'm not around, she's really good with him. Am I able to get things done for myself? Usually it's like 50-50. Because like now I'm recording my video and she's awake. She's just in the room, but she's occupied. So as long as I can keep her occupied with her toys and books and stuff, I'm pretty good. But sometimes I use her as an excuse to not get things done. I'm like, Ari just didn't want me to put her down and I just wanted to watch TV. So if I can make it, I can make time. Sometimes not. She is really fussy. Like the last video where like every time I put her down, she got fussy. But yeah, she's okay. People say you never sleep after you have kids. Have you been sleeping and well? I usually do. I sleep okay. I've never been the best sleeper. I'm a very light sleeper and I always wake up in the middle of the night. So I've never been the best sleeper, but some weeks are definitely better than others. When I have low milk supply, those days are really hard. But other than that, it's pretty good. She'll sleep for like 4 to 5 hours, wake up, feed, sleep again. So it's pretty good. How many diapers do y'all go through on a regular? That's a good question. We typically do 6 diaper changes a day. I have an app that counts it, so that's how I know. But it's usually like 6. I love how you organize the baby's closet. More organized in videos, please. That's not a question. And that's a good one because I definitely wanted to go through and like reorganize her closet because it's kind of crazy right now. And my linen closet is a mess. But I need to go buy like bins and organizing the materials. So that's on the way. What's one tradition you'd like to start or have started with the family? That's a good question. I don't know if we have started any yet, but I would like to implement some. I don't think I've given it too much thought, but maybe like some kind of holiday tradition. This year, my family came to my house for Thanksgiving. Maybe that could be a thing. Like they come here for Thanksgiving and I go there for Christmas or something like that. Yeah, that could be a thing. Are you going to start working out now or do you actually have a flat tummy? So my stomach is back flat for the most part. There are some days where it's a little bloated, but I am going to start working out, but not for the flat stomach, for the abdominal separation. And if I don't know if I explained like what a one finger, hold on, my mom's calling me. My mom just said the Target doesn't have the item, so why did they take the money? Anyways, I'm probably just going to order it online, but whatever. Or maybe I can go to the one in Camp Creek and get it from there. But they don't have the steamer. That's dumb. Anyways, where was I? Yes. The one finger separation is like if I lay on my back and like flex my abs, I can like put my finger in the middle. That's what that means. I don't know if anybody else knows that. How different does it feel to bond with the baby in utero versus in your arms? That's a good question. I feel like when she's here, it's a lot more real. even though like in the womb you can feel them kick and stuff like that, once like you don't have anything to hold, you don't have anything to touch. You can touch your belly, but it's just not the same. But once she's here, it's just like, wow. Like I really, every day I wake up and I'm like, wow, I have a human, like I have to take care of. Do you think you have this mom psychic connection with your baby? Can you tell the future now? No. I'm taking this thing one day at a time, figuring things out one day at a time. There is no psychic ability over here, okay? Connection for sure. I can definitely tell when she's like about to cry, or like when she's upset and stuff like that, and what will like shock her, but I don't think I have anything else. Has your diet changed since breastfeeding? Is there something you should eat more? I should probably be eating more like foods with iron and vitamin D in them, because my vitamin D levels were low. When I was pregnant, I started taking vitamin D supplements, and my iron has always been low, but that's not because of pregnancy. So I don't think so. I will say I feel like my spicy tolerance has changed. I got some Chipotle the other day, and like the hot sauce was really like hot, and I used to just eat it no problem. So if anything changed, I feel like my tolerance for spiciness changed. I still love it the same, but I think my tolerance has changed. Why did you choose breastfeeding over formula? Are you happy with your choice? Just because breastfeeding is so natural, and I was breastfed. My cousin that I'm really close with, she's breastfed her children. I've been around people who breastfeed like my whole life, and it just felt really natural, and I know it's good for her. You always hear stories of like recalls and, oh, this is found in this food, this is found in. I don't want to deal with any of that. I know what I put in my body, I'm giving to my baby, and that's natural. So it was just an easy choice, an easy yes. I have heard this before. Did your feet grow during pregnancy? Like, did your shoe size change? I don't think so. All my shoes kind of fit the same. I'm a weird, hold on. I'm a weird 8.5. I've always been a weird 8.5. So I don't think my shoe size has changed. And what's you and Ari's favorite show? Ari, my favorite show right now, I can't tell you. I don't think I have okay, my number one favorite show is A Different World. My number two favorite show is Degrassi. My number three, I don't know. But, maybe Girlfriends. I don't know. But Ari's favorite show, she watches the Baby First channel. And on there, she gets really excited for Peekaboo. She gets excited for Harry the Bunny. She gets excited for Color Crew. So yeah, it's very educational. I actually like it better than any of the other children's channels because it tells you how to implement these lessons. Oh, and she likes Word Party a lot. It tells you how to implement these lessons with your child. Like on the bottom of the screen, they'll tell you like, oh, try this when you're watching this show to teach your child how to do this. So I love that because, you know, we winging this parent thing. We don't know what to do. I think that's it. I don't think I have any other thing I want to say. You got something you want to say? How's it been for you? You're 6 months old. But yeah, I think we're doing good in this mommy game. Daddy's doing a good job too. Yeah, we're doing good in this parent thing. Being a mom is great. It's dope. I love it. And I love you. And now I got to go to a different Target to go get your steamer because mommy wants to get your steamer tomorrow so we can start feeding you people food. And the baby-led weaning does cut down on them being picky eaters, which I love. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your mom friends, share with your pregnant friends, share with people who just love hearing about babies. And comment of the day: do you want kids, or does your partner, like, do you see yourself having kids in the future? And if so, how many? I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You do the camera cover. Bye, guys.